Boarding requested.
Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome back. I'm just in the middle of getting everything set up here. I'm planning today of flying on VATSIM. So I'm just setting everything up here. We are just going to file the flight plan. So we are Ryanair for Papa Mike from Manchester to Bilbao with an alternate of Zaragoza. Flying time of 2 hours 8 minutes. We've got 2 hours 30 minutes worth of fuel. Flying at 37,000 feet. This has to be submitted before I can start talking to air traffic control.
Do you want a board crew?
Okay.
Passengers boarding starting.
So we will be leaving in about 30 minutes. Excuse me. Okay. So the flight plan is in. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike. I'm going to change that. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike is in there. Right, I'm going to jump into the cockpit now. So here we are, Manchester. Passengers are just boarding now. So we are going to get ready. So I'm going to start us up from cool and dark. Ground power. Turn the batteries on. Align the IRS. External lights sorted here. Passenger signs, we've been...
Morning. Safety.
Yeah. Electric hydraulic pumps are on. Your damper on. Window heat is on. Pro heat is on. We've got ground power.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, so we're okay at the minute. Just going to import flight plan from SimBrief.
Morning. Safety.
So Manchester 20, I think we're going to stand 208. Right, yeah.
Good morning.
Just put 208. Okay. Right, before I go any further, Manchester ATC is on the line this morning. So I'm just going to listen to the ATIS. 121.
Hello. Thank you.
0. And tower is 18630.
Morning.
Okay, so I need to turn my volume up a little bit. Oh, that's tower, isn't it? We'll run to 80s first. 12198. So this is going to give us all the basic information of Manchester Airport this morning. Okay.
Manchester Information Alpha, time 0720 Zulu, automatic, runway in use runway 23 right, single runway operations, transition level 60, visibility 10 kilometers or more, no clouds detected, temperature 14, 2.08, QNH 1022, acknowledge receipt of information Alpha and report aircraft type and cleared level on first contact with Manchester approach radar. Manchester Information Alpha, time 0720 Zulu, automatic, runway in use runway 23 right, single runway operate.
Okay, so I'm just going to pop us over to the tower, 118630. So that's given us the basic information, the weather, what runway is in use.
Winds Weber, 2 knots, runway 23 right, clear touch and go.
Runway 23 right, clear touch and go Papa Tango.
Okay, so it said the QNH was 1022, so I'm going to change that to 1022. Okay. Information Alpha. I'm just making a few notes here. Right now, fuck up the mic, stand 208 with information Alpha. Boeing 737 800. So we need to give, when I call air traffic control in a second, they need to know who we are calling, so that's Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, where we are on stand 208. We've got information Alpha, which we've just taken from ATIS, and they need to know what aircraft type we are and where we're going, and they will give us clearance, a squawk code. They'll give us clearance, a squawk code, and any other information that we need to know. Is there anybody else here? Do you know what? It looks like we are the only ones here. Oh no, there's activity over there. Right, so it's time for me to speak to air traffic control. Just going to double check I'm on the right frequency. Manchester Tower, yeah. Manchester Tower, good morning. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike with you, stand 208 with information Alpha, type Boeing 737-800, requesting IFR clearance to Bilbao.
Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, good morning, Mr. Terry, clear to Bilbao on the Cookson 1 runway departure, squawk 7303.
Sorry, could you repeat the squawk code for Ryanair for Papa Mike, please?
7303.
Cleared to Bilbao via the Cookson 1 Romeo departure, squawking 7303 for Ryanair for Papa Mike.
Ryanair for Papa Mike, read that correct?
Okay, so they have cleared us via the Cookson 1 Romeo departure, which is for runway 23 right. Would help if I'd set myself up here.
Golf Papa Tango, we are downwind 23 right and request for stop landing.
Golf Papa Tango, roger, turn left base as soon as you can, please, because we've got an aircraft coming in on about 20 mile final.
Turn left base and we report final, and we are arriving aircraft is on 20 miles final. Thanks, Golf Papa Tango.
So yesterday we didn't use the
Tower, hello, easy 18 Victor Delta, the arriving aircraft now on your frequency, 20 miles final, runway 23 right.
Easy 18 Victor Delta, good morning, Mr. Tower. Traffic information, I got a DA40 just turning left base, runway 23 right. Continue approach runway 23 right, number 2.
Easy approach number 2 and traffic information copy, DZ18 Victor Delta.
Golf Papa Tango, traffic information, Easy JA320 just turning on a 15 mile final.
Golf Papa Tango, traffic information is copied.
Okay, so yeah, the squawk code that we were given, 7303, goes into this box here. It's just so our traffic control can identify us and realise where we are and who we are. So they have given us a Cookson 1 Romeo departure off runway 23 right. So departure is Cookson 1 Romeo departure. So we are going to take off from runway 23 right, and there's a slight right turn.
Golf Papa Tango, winds variable at 2 knots, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Runway 23 right, clear to land, Golf Papa Tango.
Yeah, and we will be at 5,000 feet by Cookson, unless we are directed otherwise by air traffic control. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, there is no other air traffic control online. So as soon as we take off, we're probably going to monitor Unicom. So I'll have that ready in the box there, 122.8. Okay, I'm going to put the laptop on here, just so I can...
Golf Papa Tango, vacated runway.
Golf Papa Tango, Roger, do you want Romper again or do you want VIP today?
Yeah, taxiing back to Rompa is okay. Golf Papa Tango.
Golf Papa Tango, Roger, taxi to Romper via Bravo and Alpha.
Via Bravo and Alpha, taxiing to Rompa, Golf Papa Tango.
Easy 18 Victor Delta, winds variable at 2 knots, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear right, clear to land, easy 18 Victor Delta.
Okay, so I am just about ready. I'm not going to put any information in for Bilbao just yet because things could change before we get there. So I'm just going to make sure there's no discontinuities in the flight plan. No, we're good. Which is perfect. I will put standard flaps 5. Input the VREF speeds. V2 speed of 150 knots. And the trim is 5.59. While that is doing that, we'll clear the clear everything from around the aircraft. Okay, so okay, we're just about ready to start the APU.
Papa Tango, we are parked at Rompa. Thanks for the service and again sorry for the initial mistake.
Oh, Papa Tango, no problem, sir. It's no big deal. Thanks for your service. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Toodles, mate.
Don't want to release ground power just yet because the APU's not started, so not yet.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So unless air traffic control give us any extreme instructions, we'll push back facing east, and he's going to give us a standard taxi.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay. So the APU is ready. Fuel pump is on. APU generator, APU bleed on and generating power. Okay. Isolation valve
Locking gear.
open. The packs auto. Flight directors are on. Doors closed.
Easy 18 Victor Delta, welcome to Manchester Taxi, stand 10 via Bravo Alpha Charlie Lima.
Stand 10 via Bravo Alpha Charlie Lima, easy 18 Victor Delta.
Excuse me. So in a second, right, ground power's gone, so I'm going to ask if we can push back. We are ready for pushback. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, stand 208, ready for push and start.
Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, stand 208, push start to proof face south.
Push and start proof face south for Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, thank you. So we're facing south, we can go ahead and continue pushback with nose to the right.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Do you know what? I've not even got the anti-collision light on. Okay, so starting the right engine first. Engine number 2. No, I'm not, because the packs need to be off. And the fuel pumps need to be on. Okay, so
Manchester, delivery, good morning, easy 122 at gate 17, requesting clearance to Heathrow as follows.
Easy 122, you've demoted me, Manchester Tower. You're clear to Heathrow on the Samba 1 Romeo departure, squawking 7734.
Samba 1 departure and squawk 7334, was it?
7734.
7734, easy 122.
Easy 122, read that correct?
So waiting for this number here to get over 20.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
So at least we've pushed back in the right direction today. Yesterday I pushed back facing the wrong way. So we're just waiting for the engines to stabilise, and we can tell the this man here that we've got a good engine start. Sounds like we've got a happy-go-lucky guy in the tower this morning, which is always helpful. Okay, so we've got 2 good engine starts, so we're gonna...
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Easy 18 Victor Delta on blocks. Have a good day. Thanks for your service.
Easy 1818 Victor Delta, you're welcome, sir. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Okay.
Sir, good Lex 131 subscription Delhi to 3 right.
Lex 1131, good morning, Manchester Tower. Winds are variable at 2 knots from which 238, clear to land.
Pax, auto.
239 clear to land, with acknowledge, thank you. Lex 131.
Recirc fans set to auto. Isolation valve, auto. APU bleed and APU is off.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
I've skipped a step there. Bloody hell, come on.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Flaps 5. Controls are 3. Okay, that's all good. I'm going to enable LNAV. Auto throttle is armed. Turn this screen off. We've got pushback clearance. We've already pushed back, so. Okay. I'm going to tell Tower we're ready for taxi now, and he's going to give me my taxi clearance, which I believe is to runway 23 right. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, ready for taxi.
Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, taxi only point Juliet 1, runway 23 right, flight November Charlie, Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo and Juliet.
Taxi holding point Juliet 1 for runway 23 right via November, Charlie, Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo and Juliet. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, thank you. Okay, so airport info, airport. Right, so he's cleared us via November Charlie Echo, so round here, Delta, Papa, Kilo and Juliet for Juliet 1, which is there. So it's a standard taxi this morning. Happy with that. Okay. So away we go. you know, when I was a young kid and I used to, you know, you go on holiday and as an aviation lover, I used to sit at the, you know, these windows here while my parents would just sit back and wait for the flight to be boarded, and I'd be sat watching the planes and whatnot. And as a kid, I think you always think, like, when a plane pushes back, I always used to think to myself anyway, when a plane pushes back and it's sat there for so long, like, what are they doing? I'd be so eager to push back and just taxi straight to the runway and take off. But there's procedures to follow. And I think as you get older and you start to learn things, you appreciate things more. And if anything, he seems quite rushed, or quite busy, if you know what I mean. So we're on Echo already. So this will bend round to the left now, and we will take the second right on to Delta. Excuse me.
Flex Air 1131, welcome to Manchester. Expect stand 112, taxi via Alpha Delta, hold Delta 2.
Alpha Delta 2, Lex 113. Could you repeat the instruction for Lex 131?
Lex Air 1131, taxi stand 112 now via Alpha Delta Echo November Alpha.
Stand 112 via Alpha Delta Echo November Alpha, Lex 1131.
Easy 122 requesting for push and start.
Easy 122, stand 17, push status field, face east.
Sorry, I had to go away for a second. What did you say? Say easy 122, please.
Easy 122, stand 17, push status field, face east.
Push back face east, thank you.
So we've got a left turn here on to... So not this left, but the one coming up. This is Kilo. Yeah. So left turn here, all the way up to Juliet for Juliet 1. I'm going to turn the transponder on now, just to see if there's nobody on approach, so we should get clearance straight out. Yeah, there's nobody on approach. If there was anybody on approach, we'd see a little white diamond somewhere along here, but there's nobody on approach, so we should get clearance straight onto the runway via Juliet 1. So just going to run through departure here. Checklist. My the V speeds are set. We've got a positive fuel flow. The MCP set for, I think it's 6,000? 5,000. Radio is set up for
Easy 122 requesting taxi.
Easy 122, taxi only point Juliet 1, runway 23 right, flight Juliet Foxtrot and Juliet.
Juliet Foxtrot and Juliet to 23 right, easy 122.
So any second now we're going to get a message from Tower saying
Ryanair 4 Papa, correction, Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, winds available at 2 knots, runway 23 aircraft takeoff.
clear takeoff 23 right, Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, thank you.
All stations, Manchester broadcast, QNH is now 1023, 1023, end of broadcast.
Okay, so he's just told us that the QNH has changed to 1023, so I've just changed that on board. He's already given us clearance for takeoff, so the landing lights on, taxi lights are off. The transponder is set TARA, traffic is on, and when we enter the runway I'm going to start my stopwatch. Excuse me. Used to come to this place a lot on the left, the airport pub, which has certainly changed a lot over the years. So the stopwatch is started, and we're going to head straight out. We're going to get going straight away here. Okay, so we are good to go. So straight up to 50%. A little bit of rudder.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, now for VTC, Mars Unicorn 122.8.
122.8 for Ryanair 4 Papa Mike. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay. So we're on Unicorn now. There's no ATC available. So Unicom is just a it's more of a monitoring frequency. So that is what we're on. We're going to monitor that. We're just going to get the initial departure out of the way, and then I'm going to speed the aircraft up, and we're going to get up to flight level 370. So there's no ATC online, so we'll speed up a little bit. flaps up. Okay, so after takeoff checklist, autopilot is on, auto brake off, gear lever is set to off, engine start switch is off, flaps up, the transition is 6,000 feet, so we've got another 2,000 to go. So, Unicom 122.8 here. Back in the day when I first started flying on VATSIM, it was a text-only service. So you'd close your Microsoft Flight Simulator window and you'd go on to, I think it was was it called Squawk Box back in the day? And you would put your text sort of ATC relevant information on there, and over the years that's developed, and now it's a voice frequency as well as just a text, so you can speak on there as well, but it depends where you are. Like that transmission that came through just then was quite faint, so wherever that guy was calling from was quite far away from where we are. Hence why it was quite faint. So we're passing transition altitude now. So I'll set this to standard. And we'll just monitor the climb here. So I've just had a fuel warning come up there. 3 tanks here, tank 1, tank 2 and the centre tank. The centre tank had a little bit of fuel in it, so but we've burned that fuel already through startup, taxi, takeoff and the initial climb out of Manchester. So that fuel has now gone, so I can turn the centre fuel pumps off and the cross feed. So the centre tank is done for this flight. So we don't need to worry about this anymore. Excuse me, I need a drink. The remaining 2 tanks will remain on for the remainder of the flight. We're just about to pass 10,000 feet. So,
Easy 122 with you at port level 065.
I don't know who that guy's talking to. Anyway, we're passing 10,000 feet now, so we can turn the landing lights off, or so he says, and we can turn the seatbelt signs off as well. So that is that's pretty much us for the time being. By the time we get to Bilbao, we'll have around 4.5 tons left. It's usually a lot lower than that, for me anyway. Okay. So it's telling me oh, we're flying to Bilbao, aren't we? For a split second there, I forgot where we were flying. And it says the top of descent here, which is what this number is here, is 0845 Zulu. And we are 0746 Zulu now, so we're less than an hour away from the top of descent. Right, no. I didn't have live time turned on, so I'll rephrase that. 9 minutes past 10 Zulu, and we're 10 minutes past 9, so we're 59 minutes away from the top of descent. I thought that didn't sound right when I said it out loud then. When I said like 8 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock now. So yeah, that's where we are. 300 knots at the minute, climbing at 2,700 feet per minute. That will slow the higher we get. As the air becomes thinner, we will need to drop the nose to be able to maintain the speed. So we sacrifice the rate of climb. As I said, I'm only relatively new to the sim again. I mean, I've been flying simulators since 1995, but for the last few years I've not had any computer, so I've been missing out. The last simulator I had was FS9, Flight Simulator 2004. No, it wasn't. It was FSX, but FSX wouldn't run on my computer. So I vowed one day I would get a system that could handle it. You know, the high requirements of Flight Simulator, which at times can be, you know, quite demanding depending on the software that you're using and what experience you want to have, really. So I've invested in a decent setup. So I'm back to learning bits and bobs again. Right, today our cruise altitude is telling me we're 380, but we are, just 1 second, I'm sure that should be I'm sure that should be an odd number. Yeah, it should be an odd number, which is why I've selected 370 there. So I'm going to change that to 370. It was on my flight plan as well as 370, so if it was wrong, he would have told me, which he's not. Anyway, I'm understanding the optimum altitude for today will be flight level 376, 37,600 feet, which I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the aircraft will perform its most economic speed at that flight level, and the maximum is flight level 391, 39,100 feet. So we're at 37,000 feet today, which is just under the optimum, but way below the maximum. We're 2,100 feet below the maximum altitude for this aircraft today. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick look outside. Oh, we're going straight down the A49 towards Hereford. Oh, we're going to fly over where I live. Right over where I live. So this road here is the A49. You got Leicester, which is around here, which is where Jared Bowen, the England player, is from. So Leicester is around there, and yeah, we're just going to come straight down here and over Hereford. So it's not the most clear of days, but okay, so let's have a look, see what we can see over Hereford. Oh yeah. So this is Hereford. This here is the race course in Hereford, and I live around here. The football stadium is there, where Hereford FC play. So I've not planned this, honestly. But they've got the geography spot on there. Looking at the industrial estates and whatnot. I used to work in a building here. That white building there. I used to work there. That's that road going out there is the A4103 over towards Worcester, and the A49 from Leicester comes all the way through here, over the bridge, that one there, and south down here. So yeah, they've got the geography quite right there. They've done a good job. They do the Hereford Park Run on a Saturday morning, which is 2.5 laps around there, which seems a lot from this altitude. Okay. Not you. So, flight level 290, the rate of climb has dropped considerably from 2,700 feet a minute. But like I say, we sacrifice the rate of climb to maintain this speed here. If I was to drop the speed back to 250 knots, the rate of descent would go up again. But we're in no rush to climb. The top of climb is going to be in about 7 minutes. 55 miles away, 54 nautical miles away from the top of climb. We've got a slight tailwind as well, which is always good for fuel economy. Going to push us along a little bit. So, as we're near the top of climb, I'm just going to have a look at Bilbao. Runway 30 is in use this morning. I'm going to turn some lights on. Runway 30 on the mapper to Quebec. So we want this one. On the legs page, and we can just step through the route. Right. Okay. Why is it not updated on the iPad? On the Navigraph charts? So that is if you're coming in from the south of Spain for... Mapper to Quebec, yeah. Yeah, so it is right. But why hasn't it got it? Oh yeah, Mapper to Quebec there. Open your eyes for God's sake. So, it's going to bring us, this is MAPAX. We're going to be at flight level 100, so I'll cross check. That's MAPAX flight level 100. And then we're going to follow the arch around to, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. Anyway, that left turn at MAPAX, just following the curve all the way round until we reach Karma here, and then a right turn onto the final approach. There's some high ground around Bilbao, 5,000 feet here, just over 5,000 feet. So we're going to be quite high on the final approach, which means what ILS did I choose? Is it Y? ILS Y. 4,400 feet. So we need to be at 6,000 by Karma. But Karma's not on there. Karma. So according to my charts, Karma is at the end of the glide path. And we need to be at 6,000 feet there, according to my final approach play. But Sarah, where is Sarah? So Sarah's here, right on this bend here. 116 Victor, 116 Victor. So yeah, it's roughly around 6,000 feet. When we make the right turn onto finals. Yeah, it says there, Mappa to Quebec, 6,000 feet. Right turn. Inbound for runway 30. So that all seems good. Happy with that. Okay, so we're almost at flight level 370 as we go over the south coast. Out just to the east of Exeter. Over to northern France and over the Bay of Biscay where we'll make our descent. Okay, so I'm going to set up the ILS now. 11030 is the radio frequency for the ILS. 11030. 1030 with a course of 297. Whoa. There we go. This is something I regularly forget to do. Just change the heading bug to match what we're doing now. They apparently do this in real life as a backup. Look at that. Beautiful view. Not sure what's going on there. Good old England. Okay. So, as we are now at flight level 370, I am just going to step away from the cockpit for a few minutes. I just like to. I don't need the main panels on. I'll just have the. That's the one. Okay. Right, so I will be back with you at the top of descent. 10 past 12 Zulu time, so in just over half an hour. Okay, so we're about 5 minutes away from descent. I'm actually going to start a little bit early. Going to take us down now as the descent seems quite steep. We've got a this is what I was saying earlier about a white diamond when there's traffic around us. So 1,000 feet above us, do 38,000 feet. Let's see who that is. That's a DHL from Madrid Airport. Pretty cool. Okay, so yes, we're going to descend now. We need to be at flight level 100 by MAPAX. We're a few minutes early descending, but I'd rather be a few minutes early and so we don't have to make any major adjustments when we get down to altitude. So we'll get to Nanam at 10:21, which is in 8 minutes time. You can actually see the coast of Spain there, northern Spain. So Bilbao is oh, it's dead ahead of us actually. When we get to Nanam, we're going to make a left turn to MAPAX. So that rate of descent actually needs to come down quite a bit. I'm going to increase the speed and bring us down a lot quicker. So we're coming down at 2,750 feet at the minute. So the passengers in the back would they would feel this. So it's quite a steep rate of descent. We're still on VATSIM. There's no air traffic control anywhere near us actually. The closest air traffic control is in Lisbon, Portugal. So there's nothing anywhere near us. There's a Vueling A320 that's just left Bilbao. So there's no inbound traffic into Bilbao other than us at this moment in time. Looking at the live traffic for Bilbao, there's somebody that's just left Seville, however you want to call it. That'll be arriving just after we do, but we're the next ones on the VATSIM network to arrive in Bilbao. We need to be coming down a bit quicker than we are to be at flight level 100 by the time we get to MAPAX. So we've got flight level 100, 10,000 feet punched into the MCP. and that is indicated by this green arch here. When we will achieve that altitude. So as the FMC says, flight level 100 by MAPAX. So it should be there around that time. I need to do some more reading up on the FMC. If I was to take NANAM out of there and we head straight to MAPAX and turn us on to VNAV, we should still be descending to be at 10,000 feet by the time we get to MAPAX, but if you look at the rate of descent, it's dropped off considerably as well, and I'm not sure why. So I need to do some more reading up as to why that is. So we're inbound to MAPAX now. We'll be at MAPAX in 9 minutes. It's going to take us 9 minutes to do this 50-mile stretch here, and then we'll start our left turn all the way round to the final approach. 115.9 is the VOR in Bilbao. We are within range, so that's picked it up. 71 nautical miles away from the VOR, which is at the airport. So just getting everything set here. So I've got my tablet and my laptop set up. So Bilbao, we're going to get the iOS Y for runway 30 on the iPad. That's set up there. And I've also got the airport map up on the tablet as well. So we're coming in runway 30. 8,530 feet long. So auto brakes 3, flaps 30. We're going to use the majority of the runway. Okay, if I take that to flaps 40, sorry, brings it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be using the majority of the runway for landing. We'll aim for Charlie 5. I'll get the don't know why it does that. So we're going to aim for Charlie 5 here. This is a fast exit taxiway. So we're coming in on this runway here. Going to aim for Charlie 5. Like I say, it's 8,530 meters long, feet long. We've got the ILS punched in, 11030 and 297 on the course. So good there. The coast of Spain clearly visible there. And when we land, we're going to taxi up Tango, and then normally it's one of these gates 1 to 5 here that we'll park on. Whenever I've flown into Bilbao before and there's been air traffic control there, for whatever reason they bring you in past Bravo to Alpha and bring you in this way. So you'd think they'd bring you in this way up Bravo to park, but no, whenever there's been air traffic control there, straight down Tango, Alpha, and then around. I'm not sure why they do that, but that's what they've done whenever I've had ATC online, which we don't have today. So I've got the approach plates here on the laptop. Again, we need to be at 4,400 feet by the time we hit the ILS, which is 11 miles from the runway. Okay, I'm going to slow us down. It's telling us that we're actually way above the descent profile, 7,000 feet above it. But the chart says 10,000 feet by MapAx, so I'm going by the charts. I'm going to change this to 6,000 feet. And as we pass 10,000, and bring all the lights on, seatbelt signs on, and we're going to get the descent checklist out. We've got the weather, arrival data, radios are set, localizer frequency of course is set, wing and engine anti-ice is required, altimeter is set for the transition level 1015, the auto brake is set to 3, the MCP reset altitude 6,000 feet, and we're just waiting for the transition level now. Okay, so we're just going to level off at 10,000 for the minute. And if it's not too cloudy, which it is, sometimes you can get a good view of Bilbao, but not today. So again, lateral navigation, LNAV. We're just following the magenta line around to the right. And if we get the Mapa to Quebec up, we're following the arch around. And this high ground around. Yeah, it's telling me I need to be at 6,000 feet. Okay. So we're gonna go down to 6,000 now. See, the charts are telling me that obviously 10,000 by MAPAX. But this waypoint here, I'm at flight level 138. But I need to be flight level 100 there. So, yeah. Getting a bit confused. See if we can pick up a calmer waypoint. Oh, so it is there. So the airport is somewhere here in this little valley. Or is it there? Regardless, we're just taking it nice and steady. There's no other traffic around us. Just gonna double check that. Yeah, we are the only ones here. So we're about 10 minutes away from touchdown. speed us up a little bit, get us around this arc a little bit quicker. We're not going to break that 250 mark. Let's have another look, see if we can see the airport. Nah. Normally if I go on the radar and there's somebody at the airport or in and around the airport, I will go on frequency and just make them aware of what I'm doing, my intentions, and you know, that sort of thing, just so they know that I'm there. And this is done over the Unicom frequency 122.8. As you can see, there's quite a lot of hills in northern Spain. So I'm going to slow us down again. 200 knots this time. As we start to come down towards the final turn for the runway. I'm going to select the approach mode now. Thousand to go. Looking pretty good. Not a clear day, but
Traffic.
obstacle traffic. So as we pass 210 knots, we're going to extend the flaps 1. Do that now. I always know we're close to landing when you hear this noise and you see the flaps move out of the window. Gets me a little bit excited. Alright, so we're coming up to the final turn towards the runway. I'm going to slow us down again, 180 knots. And as we pass 6,000 feet, gonna set the QNH 1015. So I'm just gonna double check. It's still active, 1015. As we start to make the right turn. And we've already picked up the ILS. slightly above the glide path at the minute if I bring up my favourite screen. Yeah, we're not far away at all. Almost central with the runway now as we come around. Can't see too much at the minute because of the clouds. But again, as this magenta diamond passes this middle white line here, the nose will come down and we'll start to lose altitude. I'm going to reset. I'm not going to need to reset it, am I? Ah, there we go. We are established. Now descending down the glide path. I'm not sure why this the light has gone out on the button. But anyway, bring the wheels down and you can just see the runway there. There's the runway. Okay, there's actually people spawned at the airport now, so just gonna slow us down. The approach VREF is 140 knots. A little bit of wind, so that'll be 145 until we are on finals. So I'm just going to go through this speed checklist here. Flaps as required. Speed brake is armed. Approach mode is armed. Glide slope is alive. Engines 1 and 2 start modes are continuous. Landing gear down. Autopilot is armed. Flaps in transition. Go around altitude. Set 2000.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
That's my fault. Go around altitude is 4,400. That is set. And now we just continue to descend towards the runway now. Look at that scenery. Beautiful, isn't it? See the runway just ahead of us there. And I just need to warn the people on the ground that we're on finals. Bilbao traffic. Ryanair 4 Papa Mike is finals for runway 30. Currently 9 miles.
2,500.
So as long as the people on the ground in Bilbao are tuned to this frequency 122.8, they would have heard my transmission just then. So everything is good, and when we land we'll start the APU. It's a fairly short taxi onto stand. We'll be using see what stands are available. We'll use gate 5. You get some spectacular views as a passenger on this flight. Look at that. That's just incredible. Okay, so coming down the glide slope, nice. 2 whites, 2 red on the poppy. So looking good at the moment. Okay.
1,000.
Correction for the wind.
Fifty. 30. 20. 10.
We landed quite late then. But we still made it. We've used the entire length of the runway. Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 4 Papa Mike vacated via Charlie. Bit disappointed with that if I'm completely honest. Let's get rid of the all the unnecessary lights. Transponder comes off, and I'm just going to double check that that beep wasn't air traffic control trying to notify me. So I'm going to stop at this holding point here, Tango 6. Just going to double check that yeah, we have control tower 118.5. Bilbao Tower, good morning, Ryanair. 4 Papa Mike with you, holding Tango 6. Ready for taxi to stand, please.
Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, hello, Bilbao Tower, taxi stand 5 by Tango Alpha 2.
What did he say? Tango Alpha 2. Yeah, he's done the same as last time. Taxi to stand 5 via Tango Alpha 2 for Ryanair 4 Papa Mike.
And Ryanair 4 Papa Mike, actually correction, it would be by Tango Bravo, apologies.
Via Tango Bravo for Ryanair 4 Papa Mike. Are we still taking stand number 5, please?
Affirm.
Thank you very much. Okay, so they've given us stand 5, but they've changed the taxi route. They used to bring us in, and we would go the long way round. We would go this way via Alpha 2, which he did give me that route, but he's told me Tango Bravo, so straight up Tango onto Bravo for stand 5. So that's great. Okay, flaps are up, speed brake is retracted, transponder is off, landing and runway lights are off, APUs start and bleed, probe heat auto, engine start switches can come off, auto brake off. The APU generator is on. Taxi lights are on until we reach stand. Okay. And I'm going to stop the clock. So 1 hour and 45 minutes, runway to runway. So we're going to take this left, which is Bravo, and then straight round to stand 5. Straightforward enough. We'll keep the taxi light on for the time being. So stand 1. Oh yeah, I forgot Bilbao, there is a problem with the jetways at this airport. So runway light is off. I'll show you when we get onto stand in a second, but there is no, the jetways aren't connected to anything, they're just hovering in the air. Okay, so slow us right down. The brakes on a bit hasty then. Okay. Brakes are on. APU is running. So we can lose the engines, engine 1, engine 2. Let's wait for the fans to drop below 10%. There's that gag. Ah, that's why! I wondered why yesterday I could hear that Gangnam style music. That's brilliant. That is fantastic. I love that. Anyway, okay, we're going to get the passengers off.
The boarding requested.
So at the minute we've got ground power. No, we've not. We've got APU. So the chocks are in. The ground power can come on, and we can lose the APU. So switching over to ground power. Lose the APU, lose the fuel. Okay, fuel control levers off, anti-collision lights off, seatbelt signs off, ground equipment and chocks in position, fuel pumps as required, isolation valve is open, and the flight directors
Passengers deboarding starting.
off. So this is what I was saying about the jetway. It's not actually connected to anything. That's going to bug me. No jetway there. So any steps? Anyway. Okay, so we've got an A3, that's an A319, is that an A319 or an A318? Neo, and there's one parked on the stand just to the left of us. So I'm just going to see where they are going. So the guy on our left, he's actually already arrived. He's in from Zurich. And the chap off to our left is, where's he going? Madrid. So this guy in the iDevice, he's in from Zurich, and this chap is going to Madrid, and we are in from Manchester. There's nobody else here. See if there's anybody else on the approach. No, there's nobody around. So, I'm just going to look at the stats for the landing. Do you know what? It's not actually picked it up. Volanta has not picked it up for the first time ever, I think. Oh, that's annoying. Because I haven't done this. I haven't done this flight today as part of a of the virtual network. Anyway, stats for June. 31 flights for June. Up from 17 for May. So that's good. Am I able to view? My favourite UK airport is Manchester. And my favourite airport to fly to is Paphos in Cyprus. The second favourite is Bilbao, where we are now. So, that is it from me. Almost deboarded all the passengers. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If one thing I like to do as well is when the chocks are in.
Do you want to deboard crew?
No. When the chocks are in, like they are now, I've seen on somebody else's video that to release the hydraulic pressure in the brakes, release the parking brake. The aircraft isn't going to go anywhere because of the chocks that are under the wheels. So then it just releases any high buildup of hydraulic pressure in the brakes. See, there's a little bit of pressure there, which was caused by when we landed. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Could have had a better landing, if I'm honest. We landed a bit further down the runway than I was hoping. But we landed safely, so any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.